Chère Liliane Guiche, chère Mabel Normand, chère Loïs Weber, chère pionnière du mythe hollywoodien, vous êtes bien trop nombreuses à citer et pourtant le cinéma d'aujourd'hui vous doit tout. Réalisatrice, scénariste, costumière, au début du siècle dernier, vous avez accompagné la naissance du cinéma, mais peu s'en souviennent. Clara et Julia Kuperberg, fascinées par l'âge d'or du cinéma et rompues à l'exercice du documentaire passionnant, ont interviewé des spécialistes de cette époque pour vous redonner vie.
Nobody knew that the very first person ever to put a narrative story on the screen was a woman, Alice Guy Blaché. All we remember is her protege, Méliès, and she did the first sound films. Who knew that she was doing sound in 1906 on a little contraption that they were using called the chronophone? She was actually a predecessor to him, that she actually did the first narrative film 6 months before he did.
Who it draws to it to make these movies are mostly women and Jews, because at the time, women and Jews are not welcome in real professions. They aren't welcome where it's required that you be respectable. And women can't get work. Women maybe can work as secretaries. But all of a sudden there is this incredible place to come to write movies, to make movies, to be creative.
The women who came out to be actresses got recruited to be the scenarists. They might then also go in the editing room and start cutting the pieces of film together. Because if you were good at sewing, then you might be good at cutting film together.
And they literally used scissors to cut the film and then glue. So it was like seamstressing. And then they painted the film for tinting purposes. So half of all films made before 1925 were written by women.
Francis Marion, vous êtes la première et dernière femme à recevoir 2 Oscars pour vos scénarios. Dans les années 20, vous gagnez 3 000 $ par semaine et vous êtes mieux payée que les hommes. Souvent associée à la réalisatrice Loïs Weber, vous écrivez jusqu'à 400 films par an.
And Francis started writing dialogue for extras because one of the things that happened is these movies are changing so quickly. Lois Weber starts getting letters from the audience saying, you know, we can read lips. And the extras are talking about the date they had last night in the middle of this French Revolution film. This is, you know, very distracting.
I'm busy every evening.
Busy? So what are you trying to do, insult me?
No, not at all. I'm just busy, that's all.
In 1927, after a period of 2 decades of women making films, the talkies came in with the jazz singer, and all of a sudden, it became a big business. In addition to that, there was the crash, the huge economic crash, which happened right after that, world economic crash. And people who had been previously in really great jobs in the East now no longer had those jobs. Men who were Ivy League educated, who would never even have gone to a movie, found themselves coming out to work in film. And women started being shut out.
Quelques décennies plus tard, il y a un peu de place pour vous dans le cinéma indépendant puisqu'il rapporte moins d'argent. Et j'espère que vous avez mis votre Oscar sous verre, ma chère Catherine Bigelow, car en 2010, vous êtes la première réalisatrice à l'obtenir depuis plus de 80 ans. Et aujourd'hui, ça n'est pas plus facile, loin de là.
I tried to enter the film business in 1978. And when I got there, I was shocked to find out that people looked at me and said, well, you should be a script girl, which was a script supervisor. If you want to be on a set, you're going to have, you know, you can do makeup. So I had to find my own way. And every other woman had to find her own way at that time. For 10 years, I worked on The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I was the first writer on that. I was an anomaly. There were not many of us, and there still are not that many of us who were female, who are high-profile screenwriters. You can count them on one hand.
Last year, 6% of the top 250 films were directed by a woman. Something like only 12% were edited by women. 10% were written by women. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's worse than the numbers of Congress, for God's sake. I mean, it's one of the worst examples of gender inequality in any business today. is the movie business.
Chère Margaret Booth, Cléo Madison, Virginia Van Up, chère pionnière du mythe hollywoodien, merci d'avoir permis à ce merveilleux 7e art d'exister et d'évoluer. Quant à vous, chère Clara, chère Julia, merci pour cette histoire du cinéma revisitée sous l'angle de la femme. Rien d'étonnant à ce que votre documentaire formidable soit sélectionné pour Cannes Classique cette année au sein du plus prestigieux festival de cinéma au monde. Il est grand temps de rendre à César, pardon à Cléopâtre, ce qui lui appartient.